everybody, I'm Amanda. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to show you my fountain pen collection. So we're going to start with the cheapest I have and then just work our way up from there. I don't have everything inked currently, but the ones that I do, I will go ahead and write a little bit out for you on my Rhodia dot pad here. So this is my Platinum Preppy. It's a fine point, and this is the green. Now I received this in a Boho Berry box, so I did not purchase it myself, and it has the cartridge here. You can buy a converter for this pen so that you can fill it up with your own ink, but the converter actually costs more than the pen does, so I didn't bother with that. So here is a test for you. This is a fine. All right, so I think you can get this for under $5. So there's that one. The next we have my Jinhao X750. Now this one, it has a really pretty pattern on it. I believe it's called Shimmering Sands or Sparkling Sands. I think it's Shimmering Sands. And I love the way that it catches the light and just has a pretty rainbow. I do not have this currently inked. I believe I have a medium nib on this. And it's nice and heavy. It feels a lot more expensive than it is. I believe you can get this for under $10. The next I have a Pilot Plumix. Now I bought this to try out stub nibs. I do have a black cartridge in here. I will go ahead and write it out for you. Now what I love about this, if you're not familiar with stub nibs, whenever you go down it's going to be a thick line, and when you go over it's a thin line. So it's not a round ball. The tip of the nib is not a round ball like normal fountain pens. It's been kind of squished and flattened so that you get this really pretty kind of calligraphic effect, even though you don't have to know calligraphy to use that. So the next pens I have, these are all Pilot Metropolitans. You can get these for under $20. Now the first one I got was this pretty teal. That's my favorite color. I do have this currently inked up with Diamine Marine. It's pretty much always inked up with that color. So this is the Pilot. I'm just going to put Metro. It's Metropolitan, and this is a medium. And you can see hopefully the pretty shading on that ink, so that means that some parts are darker than others. Let me zoom you in here. Alright, hopefully you can see that a little bit better. That is as far as my zoom will let me go. So I loved this so much that I wanted to get others in several colors. I like to match my ink that's in my pen to the pen color as best as I can. So this is a pretty good match for this pen color. And then I have a black. We just have Noodler's black in there. It's just a permanent black ink, nothing too fancy. This I usually have Lexington Gray in this, another Noodler's ink. I usually keep Cassia in this pretty purple. And then this green, I usually keep Kelly green in here. So these are all the exact same pen. I believe they're all, no, I think that this one I have a fine. Let me check. Yes, this one has a fine nib. The rest are all medium. All right, next we have my TWSBI. This is my lone TWSBI, and it's the Eco. And I currently have this inked up with Apache Sunset. And this I have a medium nib on. I hope that you can see the pretty shading on this. So this ink, let me give a little bit more here for you. The shading on this ink is just beautiful. So whenever you write, where the ink pools, it will be a darker red color, and the rest will be yellow. So if you keep writing, it will be yellow, and it will just pool up a little bit of red at the end. But if you make short lines or even dots, you will get the darker colors. So there's my TWSBI Eco. Next, I have my Noodler's Ahab. Now the reason, if you notice the ink on my fingers, the reason I have ink on my fingers is because I had to ink this up to show you the beautiful flecks on here. So let me write this just normal. This is a flex. I have Noodler's Autumn and Roses in here. It's my second favorite to the Australian Swan and Black Roses, but I was just about out of that. So let me show you the flecks here. So similar to a brush marker, if you're familiar with brush lettering, when you go on your down strokes, if you push just a little bit, the tines actually open up and allow the ink to flow more. So you get this really pretty It does take a while to dry, so don't go smearing your hand through it. All right, and this last pen I have for you is my favorite. It is the most expensive pen that I own. This is my Pilot Vanishing Point. Pilot Vanishing Points are unique in that it's a click retractable nib, so there's no cap. That's one of the reasons why it's more expensive. It is also more expensive because this has a gold nib. The rest of these all had steel nibs, but this one has a gold nib, and that just means that it's a little bit softer, a little bit smoother writing experience. So I will go ahead and write that out for you so you can see. So I would consider this my everyday carry. I have this stored in my traveler's notebook with my Hobonichi and other inserts on the regular. So I use it the most. I would say that the two pens that I use the most are this one and then this one that I always have stored with Diamine Marine. And then my third most used is probably my Eco with Apache Sunset. I especially love these three color combinations together. Oh, and I never told you what ink I have in my Vanishing Point. So when I bought my Vanishing Point, I actually bought it at Venice Pens in Arkansas. My husband and I went on a trip for our anniversary and he surprised me. I had been talking about wanting a Vanishing Point for quite a while. So we went, and when you buy a pen there, you get a free sample of ink. And so the free sample that I got, it's called Blue Merle. It's an organic studio ink. I am running low on my sample and I'm trying to decide if I want to buy a whole bottle or not. The rest of these pens, with the exception of the Preppy that I received in my Boho Berry box, the rest of these pens I bought on gouletpens.com. Now if you are at all interested in learning more about fountain pens, I would strongly encourage you to check out his YouTube channel. His name is Brian Goulet. And he has started his pen company. Him and his wife started in their house. They just started selling pens and ink, paper and ink, and then slowly got into selling pens as well. And he has done hours upon hours of educational videos. If you are interested in learning more about this hobby, I would strongly encourage you to check that out. So I will link that down below for you. Today's question of the day is, which pen piques your interest most of the ones that I have shown you here from my small collection? I would love to know which one you would be interested in learning a little bit more about. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in seeing more content like this, please consider subscribing. Until next time.